Okay, I just put my first coat of poly down. I use the regular Minwax, not the high build, the super fast drying. I used the gloss, and I used pretty much exactly a half a gallon of this. The coverage, it says, is approximately 600 to 700 square feet. So I used a half a gallon, so that's like 300 to 350 square feet. I've actually got 500 square feet, so I really put it on thin, but I did cover it. I used this watering can. I cut the end of it off and made the hole bigger here so I could get the polyurethane in there better. That's my daughter decorating it. I did not use the pan at all, other than just to, you know, if I had to set my applicator down. But I used this lamb's wool applicator, and I really pulled it and made it so that it went on thin. My wife was the one pouring the lines for me, and when I pulled it, if I was pulling it this way, and I held it on an angle and I pulled it like this, and then I went back like that, and then I just kept kind of at an angle. I kept screeting it on and made sure it was really thin, watching for the coverage. But turned out pretty good. This is just the first coat. I think I'm gonna do 3. And with this polyurethane, you don't need to sand between coats. You don't let it dry more than 8 hours. If you can catch it before it dries for 8 hours, you can put a coat on without sanding. I'm going to go ahead and let it dry long enough so I can sand it. I'm going to sand it between each coat with 220 grit, the maroon sandpaper, 220. I'm going to wait for it to dry for about 10 hours, and then I'm going to sand it. Then I'm going to do a second coat, and I'm going to let it dry for 10 hours, and I'm going to sand that, and then I'm going to put a third coat on. And that's probably where I'll stop. I'll probably only do 3 coats. So, very pleased with how this went down. That high build stuff that I originally used, I just put it on way too thick, didn't know what I was doing. This stuff I put on with the grain, screeded it across nice and thin, and worked out pretty good actually. It took me about a half hour to do this.